listen to me clearly. This might be a very powerful video for you. This is what I'm about to talk about is extremely powerful. I'm on a quote right now. It's Saturday. Today's my birthday. I'm 35. Yay! Happy birthday to me. So, I walk a property with this customer here in Michigan, and they want spring cleanup, shrubs trimmed, all the ornamental trees trimmed. They want mulch installed. They want, if you're just hopping on, welcome. Come back and watch the video again too, if you've gotten on late, trust me. And I know I just started, but this is very, very important what I'm going to talk about. I have gone through tons of painful lessons in my business, and part of the reason why my business has stunted and stagnant in its growth, realizing now that it's all completely my responsibility and my fault. What's up, everybody joining right now on this YouTube Live? In this video, I'm going to be sharing a quote that I'm doing right now. I'm in my truck doing a quote, and I've got to share this with you. All these people are jumping on saying happy birthday, thank you. So if you're just joining, I'm on a quote, and this is extremely important, critical information that I have to share with you because I really, really care about your success. I've had some guys Facebook messaging me saying, oh my God, I'm so frustrated. I'm not making money at this. And Chinese proverb, lesson is repeated until lesson is learned. You will make painful, costly, critical mistakes that will make you suffer grievously in your business. Yes, you can learn from the mistakes of others, but there's nothing more powerful than feeling a knife in your gut when you've underquoted a job and you're out there for 2 days straight working for peanuts. I'll try not to say cuss words. So this customer's property, they want all the ornamental trees trimmed. They want a spring cleanup, all the shrubs trimmed. They want all the garden bed edges redefined. They want us to rip up and remove and replace some sod in the backyard by the pool. And just do the whole property. It's just property maintenance. But it's not just property maintenance. So I'm doing the quote and I'm sitting in the truck. And because I've burned my ass myself so many times, I don't care now. I'm learning this lesson I want to share with you. I'm not making this video to promote them, but this is the type of stuff they talk about like in Dirt Monkey University. Slowing down and breaking down the quote. So I'm going to put my phone on the clip here right now and stick with me. Don't go nowhere. Ooh, I don't want it to shut my phone off. Stay with me. Don't go nowhere. I get this little clip, and it's too close to the edge, and it'll shut off the stupid Bixby button. If you've got a dumbass Note 8, it's a good phone, but the Bixby button, holla holla if you know what I'm talking about, it's so stupid. Okay, here we are. Okay. I have a whole page of math. Customer wants spring cleanup, shrub trim, all the ornamental trees trim. I'm breaking it into 4 segments. Segment 1 is spring cleanup, trimming all the shrubs, redefining the garden beds, cleaning up the whole property, blowing everything out nice, neat, and clean. That's the first price. The second part of it is trimming all the ornamental trees on the property. How long will that take? How much will it be to remove the debris off the property? So there's a price for spring cleanup, for the shrub trimming, for the garden bed, redefine edging, cleaning everything up, blowing down the whole property, trimming the shrubs. Then the next segment is tree trimming. Next, the customer wants us to put all fresh new mulch down. So 7 yards of black mulch at $100 per yard installed. $100 a yard. 1 yard of mulch covers 100 square feet or a parking lot space at 2 inches. It was about 6 yards, but I said 7 because it's an extra $100 and it saves me as a pad. In his backyard by his pool, I'd like to show you, but he's home. Guy brought me a coffee outside and he's waiting for me. I'm going to make this quick. Around his pool, he wants us to tear up about 350 square feet of sod around his pool and then replace it with new sod. Sounds easy, right? I gave the customer a disclaimer. I said, hey, just being honest, our sod removal and replacement prices are about 30% more expensive than a company that does it all the time because we don't own a sod and cutter machine and we rent one and you pay for it. Sod cutter machine is probably $2,200. I ain't paying for that. And I'm charging to go pick it up and drop it off with a transportation fee of $100. It's $50 minimum per man hour. So anytime you do anything in your business, you have to charge for every little tiny thing you do, or otherwise, wrong tube. You're spending the hours of your beautiful God-given life doing things for somebody else for free of that time you will never get back. Your time is so incredibly valuable, and your purpose is to at least find out what your purpose is and live it. So I'm writing this quote down, and as I write it down, I thought it would be a certain amount, like $2,500, $3,000. I'm already up to $3,460. You said, wait. Are you calculating in your quote? Now, I'm the guy, I was in a tree yesterday for 6 hours. I underquoted a tree, and I worked all damn day yesterday for like $100 profit because I'm like, oh, we'll get this done in like 2 hours. I really believed that in my head. And then I got up in the tree and realized it was totally different than what I thought. And the $400, it should have been an $800 tree job. It was $400 I charged. $300 of that went to overhead, and I probably made less than $100. And I was really aggravated. I said, you know what? That's when you take the sword, you fall on your own sword, and you feel the pain and say, lesson is repeated until lesson is learned. How many times am I going to go through this process until I take full responsibility and slow down during the quote, cross your T's and dot your I's, and make sure that you're making money? Because you do that with your time when you do free quotes and get rejected. That's a great hint, right? Dude, that's huge right there. So the level of professionalism you have when you're walking the property with your client, how educational and how helpful are you to them? How honest are you with them? Do they feel like they're in good hands and they can already picture you doing the job, and they know, well, there's a price that comes with this, and instead of some just jackass that shows up, oh, we could do it, dog, we could do it. I never calculated owner's profit into my quotes before. I wasn't calculating the price. This is so frustrating. I wasn't calculating the price of what it takes to run a fully legitimized company with an office and a secretary and the dump trucks and the chippers and all this stuff, right? I was just, if you go into the habitual mode of doing the quote the way you've always done it, and you start going, then you're doing the same thing. The definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. So if you're normally charging $50 per yard of mulch, say, stop. Zip your lip in front of the customer. Mulch is $100 per yard. If topsoil is $100 per yard installed, well, how much does it cost to get the first yard there if they only want 1 yard? The first yard is going to cost $300 to get on the property, and every yard after that is $100. How long is the transportation between where you have that topsoil dumped and where you have to wheelbarrow it to? Are you calculating the man hours of that? Do you have to drive and dump off? Shit, how much are you charging per yard to dump materials and debris? Are you charging maybe $60 per yard? So if you've got a full truck that fits 3 yards of debris, you should be charging $6, $12, $180 to remove it. So I said $100 to trim the bushes, $200 for the spring cleanup, $700 for the mulch, hence 7 yards, $700 to trim the ornamental trees, garden bed edges, $200. Oh, we could do that in an hour. No, it's probably going to take $200. The debris, $120. 350 square feet of sod, 370 square feet at $10 per piece, $370. I found little sprinkler heads around the edge of the pool. You can't run a sod cutter through that. You have to hand dig around those areas. That takes time. 3 hours of hand digging around sprinkler heads. And also I'm going to add an extra $50 in case we break one. So, sod cutter machine, $250 plus $100 to drop it off, go get it. It's $300. 2 yards of topsoil. Do homeowners, Daniel, do homeowners really have $3,500 to pay for simple maintenance? Beautiful question. Because when I give this guy his price, And to fix a drain, just a little drain, $50. It's going to take a half an hour, right? So all this, once you get your full price, then you go against your man hour, your labor rate at a sale. Now I'm adding 30% extra time of how long it takes. I think it's going to take, and I'm also calculating the cost on my own. I want to shoot a video on this property. I'm not calculating the time it takes to shoot YouTube videos, and I'm scrambling. So I'm calculating an extra 4 hours for YouTube videos now. But anyways, I think this is going to take 2.5 days. 3.5 days. I think it's going to cost me $2,400 in labor, right? I need to calm the fuck down, dude. Today's my birthday. So, yeah, what's up? I just read your message there. You're doing soft wash quotes. So, when you actually slow down, you calculate everything, and then you go and reverse engineer the math and do it against what is your man-hour labor rates. So then go through and write just all your expenses, right? And calculate the total of that. Oh, so now you got the cost of everything, your itemized list, and then calculate just the expenses to find out, if you do this whole job, how long it's going to take you, then find out exactly what your profit is going to be before you even turn it into the customer and be like, oh my God, I thought I was going to make good money, but after doing all the math, I'm only going to make $1,200 in 3 days? Oh my God, what am I, stupid? I've been doing this whole time? I never did the math, because you're looking at the overall number and you're not doing all the math and you think it's good money, but by the time it's all done at the end of the year and you do your taxes and you're like, I did a fucking $180,000 in work and only made 60 grand. I mean, it's a 60%, 30% profit margin is pretty standard. But what I'm saying is, when you actually look at the numbers don't lie. You say, holy shit. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. Calculate owner's profit. I'm taking this entire quote and I'm going to times it by 0.22% on top of everything, because I want to calculate the cost of adding a Roth IRA to my retirement. I want to calculate the cost for the dump truck I want to buy. I want to calculate the cost to upgrade my office and hire a secretary at $16 an hour with workers' compensation and unemployment benefits that I hire 4 to 5 days a week, who is in that office. That's going to cost me an extra $2,500 a month. So if I break that amongst all this, I want to calculate the cost of what it costs to actually grow a fucking company. Are you calculating all that into your shit? So when you actually go to the customer, you say, yes, to trim up your trees and I know I'm being old, Keith Kalfas, and do some mulch and to pull the fucking weeds, it's going to be like $6,000, dog. And what are they going to say? Oh, did you add in taxes to the quote too? Yes, I did add taxes in, right? So when you do all the math and you give it to the customer, well, what's this? The fear is they're going to be like, are you kidding me? Get the hell off my property. I'm going to go call somebody else who's not licensed or insured and doesn't pay in taxes, who's going to be out of business in a couple years and probably get audited by the IRS and probably be living a really shitty life. So what do you charge per man hour for labor? It's a minimum of $50 per man hour. So if 2 guys, it's $100 an hour. Boom, 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 boom. And even that's low. I'm trying to get it to 125. So if we're going just pure labor, I would probably want it to be 125. Like me, when I work, here's what I want to make. I want to make $100 an hour personally, right? I started a digital media business. It's Kalfas Media, where I actually have been taking on clients and I do their marketing and sales funnels for them and build their websites. It's really deep in depth stuff that I've learned over the past, and I charge $125 an hour to do it, and I won't do it for any less because I understand the value of it is so extremely high. But there's something about the landscaping maintenance thing that, I said the F-bomb. Thank you for reminding me. There's something about the landscaping maintenance game where I had this preconceived notion in my head because I grew up doing it when I was broke and poor, that it's not as valuable. I don't spray the flower beds. What percentage of the jobs do I close in? I pay $13 to $15 an hour in labor. What percentage of jobs do I close in land? My closing ratio went from 90% to 80% to 70 to 60 to 50 to 40. I probably close, I don't know, I could exaggerate and say 20%. the amount of calls that come in, from the amount of calls that come into my business to the jobs that we actually do, I probably close 5%. From the amount of jobs that I actually go and quote, I probably close 30 to 40%. And I hear guys all the time, this drives me nuts when I look on social media. What, dog? I'm closing 90%, dog, and I'm making fucking 10 grand a week, dog. Oh, I cussed again. And I'm like, wait a second. So you have these exorbitantly high prices. You're higher than everybody else that they quoted. You're making all this money and you're closing 90%. Are you like sprinkling like magic mushrooms on the customers? Like, cause dude, and here's what it does. It makes you question your own identity. You start saying, oh my God, I've taken all these sales courses. I've read all these books. I've done thousands of quotes and sales training ever since I was like 18. I've studied NLP, hypnosis, neurolinguistic programming, and psychology. When I'm with the customer, they feel completely calm and collected and comfortable. They completely trust us. And when it all comes down to the money, no. We show up in the tuxedo and we paint the fucking beautiful picture on your property. It's beautiful. It's only $6,000. You'll refinance your house, and we do it nice. I'm gonna show up in a $150,000 dump truck on 24-inch chrome deep dish rims with the Mexican beads hanging. Like that, dude. We're gonna show up like a what's that Cheech and Chong song? The customer's probably looking out the window at me like, oh my God, what's going on? This guy's definitely going to charge me $6,000, man. It means you're charging too low. If you're closing over 80%, you're doing something wrong. Yeah, when I blew up my business so fast, I thought I was the shit, dog. Because my prices are too low. Yes. So, what's the Cheech and Chong song? It was from Up in Smoke. Low rider, just a little slower. Yeah, dude, I pull up on in a $150,000 dump truck, all wax, dude, with neon lights underneath, 24-inch deep dish rims, tinted windows, Mexican beads. I get out, I walk up to the customer. My quote clipboard is literally made out of solid platinum, and my teeth are pure platinum with diamonds. I'm like, what up now? I'm wearing Dolomites, like $300 Dolomite boots, and I get out with my pants hanging off my ass. What up now? $12,000, yo. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go. You're very right, Daniel. Thank you for reminding me that you are my brother from another mother. I'm going to wrap up this quote, go knock on this dude's door, and end it. And I'll tell him the reason it took so long is because I was doing a YouTube live video bitching about quotes. Peace. Make sure you calculate everything instead of your owner's profit. Slow down when you do your quotes. Slow down and calculate every single number. Reverse engineer it. Look at it from every different angle. And make sure that you're getting your profit, including the extra 30% for taxes and insurance, and including the extra 30% time that it takes due to Murphy's Law of stuff breaking, things taking longer than you thought, materials not showing up on time, and just overall stuff, and neighbors walking up. How much time does that stuff talk? So if you overschedule yourself with low price jobs, you will have really crappy customer service because you're not making enough money. The reason we have poor customer service is because we can't afford to have good customer service. Screw that. Higher prices. All right, later. Peace. How do I get out of here?